Welcome, boxing fans, to Unbiased Boxing Talk, where we cover all the latest news in the fight game. I know I'm a little late on this video, but I still want to talk about the Daniel Jacobs versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. fight. Um, I was actually really surprised in the first two rounds. I thought Chavez Jr. did really well. I thought he was coming forward as the aggressor, landing the bigger shots. I had him up in the first two rounds. Um, Unfortunately, he did come overweight, so that's why he had that huge weight advantage, that size advantage, and he was able to walk Jacobs down so easily in those first two rounds. And it was a really unfair fight, honestly. Chavez had a lot of advantages going into the fight. He could have been all juiced up because he didn't take the drug test. He missed weight by almost 5 pounds, and he was the bigger man in the ring. But after the second round, Jacob started to adjust well. He started to move his feet better. He started to box well, and I had him win the next 3 rounds. And then, unfortunately, Chavez Jr. pulled the classic Chavez Jr. and he quit on the stool again, just like he did in the Fonfara fight. When he's losing, he doesn't really have any heart. He'll quit. He's a quitter, and once you're a quitter, you're always a quitter. Really disappointing. I really can't blame the fans for throwing stuff in the arena. I know it wasn't their best behavior, but they did pay good money to come to that fight. They came to support Chavez Jr., and unfortunately, they only got a 5-round fight, and that's really Chavez owed it to the fans to at least just finish the fight or go out on his back, honestly. I know that it's easier said than done, but these are fighters. They're trained to do this. This is all they do. They devote their time and effort into it. Obviously, Chavez Jr. doesn't, but that is what is expected of them. They're supposed to go in there and go to war for 12 rounds, and it really wasn't fair to the fans for Chavez Jr. to quit like that, and you can't really blame them for how they reacted. But Daniel Jacobs did look really good again. I look forward to seeing him fight again. Honestly, again, I was really surprised that Chavez Jr. really I thought he came to fight for those first 2 rounds, but obviously, once things don't go his way, he likes to quit and take the easy way out. Jacobs did look good in those next 3 rounds, boxed beautifully. I really do believe that he deserves a title shot at 168, either Callum Smith or Billy Joe Saunders would be an easy fight to make since they're all with Eddie Hearn, and they're all on the zone. Those are the most easy, likely fights to be made, the most obvious fights that should be made. I would honestly think that Jacobs would be able to beat both of them. I think they're all really 50-50 fights, Jacobs and Callum Smith and Jacobs versus Saunders. Those fights need to happen. Just like the Canelo fight, or if Canelo fights either one of them, I think Jacobs should fight the other one. And then maybe we could see more unification fights at 168, or Canelo goes down to 160. We'll see what he wants to do. Honestly, I think he's going down to 160. But anyway, Jacobs deserves the title shot at 168. He's earned it. He always fights the best. He always fights whoever they put in front of him. Unfortunately, can't say the same about fighters like Jermall Charlo. But once again, good performance by Jacobs. Embarrassing from Chavez Jr. You could just see it in his dad's face how embarrassed he was of his son. And honestly, it's really a shame that a legendary fighter such as Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., his son is like the way he is and doesn't represent his name well, like someone like Canelo Alvarez would. Once again, thank you for tuning in to Unbiased Boxing Talk, and we'll see you in the next episode.